What do you guys enjoy playing for your weekly circuit routine? Which Warframe or weapon do you prefer using? Which mechanic do you like to focus on? Personally, my favorite strategy is to amplify status effects and annihilate the entire map using either a primary weapon or a Warframe once I obtain the Close Contagion rare decree. Once you acquire this decree, any high fire rate primary weapon with hunter munitions or a weapon with high status chance becomes an incredibly powerful tool for obliterating enemies. During this week's circuit run, I managed to get my hands on the Tenora Prime. However, most of my primary weapons are built similarly for the circuit, with the aim of utilizing hunter munitions to inflict bleeds and nuke the map with the help of the Close Contagion decree. Simply acquire the decree and any of your primary weapons will transform into a 10-meter radius destructive beam. You want to mod for hunter munitions to generate bleeds upon critical hits. Prime Bane of Corrupted is mandatory to scale your damage, as most enemies in the Undercroft are corrupted, except the Fraxes and Duvery units. I then modded for viral damage to amplify my bleeds. Subsequently, I went for critical chance by modding critical delay to activate hunter munitions bleeds, and further enhance my critical damage by modding vital stance. Finally, I modded the essential multi-shot mod Galvanize Chamber and Galvanize Aptitude to increase the chance of viral procs and my overall damage through its condition overload effect, as in the circuit you're able to get a ton of additional status effects based on the decrees you pick. By utilizing the Close Contagion rare decree on this build, you can efficiently nuke enemies and be an invaluable asset to your squad. Typically, I like supporting my squad by equipping a powerful hunter munitions weapon, which is often sufficient for nuking, while also using a support Warframe to defend objectives. Now let's talk about my favorite Warframe for the circuit. Personally, I love Citrine. Ever since its release, I have always enjoyed playing this Warframe due to its exceptional support capabilities in a group format. But when it comes to circuit, Citrine is ridiculously overpowered. Or should I say, Citrine's prismatic gem is incredibly potent, allowing you and your squad to further amplify its nuking potential. The prismatic gem enhances the status chance of any squad member's weapon. And as you may already know, this gem shoots prismatic beams that target enemies affected by weapon damage from Citrine or its allies, inflicting heat, cold, toxin, and electricity status effects. When combined with the Close Contagion decree, this ability becomes a devastating laser of status effects, enabling you to continue your circuit run indefinitely, as long as your squad remains active and continues to fire their weapons. I don't have the footage on hand, but if you have a Mesa in your squad, you can simply sit back and watch as she procs statuses everywhere, utilizing your gem with her regulators. And don't worry, even if it takes time to obtain the Close Contagion decree, you can still spam Citrine's Fractured Blast ability to provide infinite energy sustain to your squad. Here is how I build my Citrine for the circuit. For the Aura or Exilus mod, you can use whichever you prefer. Personally, I opt for Growing Power and Prime Shuffled. Since the goal is to combine Citrines with a primary weapon, I use Arcane Acceleration. As for my second Arcane, I choose Arcane Energize, although it becomes less efficient after accumulating energy sustain decrease. You can replace it with a Molt Augmented if you want. Citrine's Prismatic Gem synergizes exceptionally well with Archon mod, so I equipped Archon Vitality, Stretch and Flow. With the availability of energy sustain decrease like Bounce Back, Moral Boost, Envious Economy and Proficient Fighter, we no longer need to worry about our Warframe's efficiency, especially with Citrine, who can generate infinite energy orbs throughout its first ability, Fractured Blast. So to maximize strength, I modded Blind Rage and Umbra Intensify. I also included Prime Continuity for a bit more duration. And finally, since my goal is to support my squad at all times and utilize the Prismatic Gem, I modded for maximum range with Augur Reach and Overextended. You may have noticed that I don't use a Rolling Ward for my secret build. The reason for this is that there is a similar decree available which is even stronger than Rolling Ward, as long as you remain vigilant and react swiftly to benefit from its effect. Tactical Repositioning ensures you remain invincible as long as you roll immediately after taking damage.